ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the CWS, the first CWS of 2024, which is pre-recorded, as I stated, in Season 3, Episode 8. This episode is going to be pre-recorded, so the first live actual recording of a video on the YouTube channel is going to be of Wrestle Kingdom. I am holding to that promise for you all. And I am looking forward to Wrestle Kingdom. I am not going to lie, that is going to be an amazing show. But tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this video, we are going to be watching an episode of Monday Night Raw. 2 weeks ago, we watched WCW Mayhem, which nearly fucking broke me. We watched Holiday Hell from 1995 from ECW, which was surprisingly a good show. And we've got Raw on the docket today. It is January 15th, 2001 edition of Monday Night Raw. Let's not waste any more time. Get to our opening promo and our first matchup. If you are a wrestling fan and you don't remember the Right to Censor theme song, fuck this fucking theme song! Fuck it! Fuck the FTC and fuck the Right to Censor. Fuck them. God damn, this intro is so fucking annoying. Thank God it only lasted 3 months, but still. It still sends shivers down my spine to be like, my God, this is bad. So we have Team Extreme, Matt, Jeff, and Lita taking on the Right to Censors. Steven Richards, Val Venus, which he never changed his real name. He was Godfather changed his name to the Godfather, but still he was named Val Venus. Anyway, fuck it. And WWF Women's Champion Ivory. So this is on the road to the literally the Royal Rumble is this Sunday as of this taping of Raw. So I will be turning around and saying what happens at the Rumble for the individual parties involved. So again, we'll watch this matchup. Again, Matt and Val Venus are in the ring at this moment in time to kick things off in the match. So we'll get to the end of the match and I'll explain what happens. So we just had Team Extreme versus Right to Censor. Also, I hate that fucking fence on. Anyway, getting back to this. This was a fun little six-person tag team matchup to open Raw. Ivory is outside of the ring. Lita and Ivory get brought into the match. Lita tries to go for the twist of fate, misses. Ivory rolls out. Chyna walks out, which we'll explain in a minute. Chyna throws Ivory back into the ring, and Lita hits a twist of fate for the 1-2-3, and Team Extreme gets the win. So Val Venus, Matt Hardy, and Jeff Hardy would enter into the Royal Rumble. Stevie Richards wouldn't even be. I think Stevie did appear with. I'm not entirely sure if Stevie Richards was on the show itself. I could be wrong on that one. Chyna and Ivory would have their women's title match. The injury that Chyna sustained would try to make her look legitimate to go for the women's championship, is what WWE thought at the time. But she wouldn't win the belt. Ivory wouldn't win the Ivory would hold on to the title until Mania, where again Chyna would go on to beat Ivory for the belt. Just to give you guys a little bit of clarity, at WrestleMania 17? Yeah, at 7. So that leads into that match nicely. The main event of tonight's show is Undertaker and The Rock taking on Kane and Rikishi, and all four men would eventually go into the Rumble itself, but we'll talk more about the Rumble in the main event. Limousine ride up, Stephanie McMahon is coming out, and oh my God, the XFL, holy shit, Triple H is here! So we'll talk about Triple H and all that shenanigans closer to the main event. So without any further ado, let's get to our next matchup. So I might as well talk about Triple H and Austin moving forward during this moment, so then we can enjoy the rest of the main event. So Triple H returned to SmackDown, and attacked Austin to basically screw Austin out of the world title on the episode of SmackDown where he won his opportunity. Tonight's episode of Raw, basically Vince is currently dealing with the XFL. The launch happens February the 3rd, 2001, as of this taping. So he basically turns around and says, if Triple H promotes Austin, Triple H won't get his title shot at the Royal Rumble against Kurt Angle. However, if Austin provokes Triple H, Austin will not enter the Royal Rumble and will not enter the Royal Rumble. So that is kind of a powder keg ready to explode, which does happen at the Rumble itself. Actually, Austin gets involved in the main in the world title match, and then Triple H gets involved with Austin in the Royal Rumble, but Austin does win the Royal Rumble at the end of the night. So leading forward, there is a match set for No Way Out, which is a 3 Stages of Hell match, one of the better 3 Stages of Hell matches, in my personal opinion, from the WWE. And it basically says if Triple H provokes Austin and attacks him, Triple H is gone for 6 months, and if Austin attacks Triple H, Austin will not get his world title shot at at WrestleMania 17. So leading into that, Austin, Triple H attacks him before signing the contract, which is very nice. And then there's a few things. Austin stuns Stephanie. Triple H attacks Mr. Jim Ross and pedigrees Jim Ross, which leads to the 3 Stages of Hell match, and the infamous moment where some dickhead decides to throw a can and hits Triple H square in the noggin. Fucking brilliant. Then Triple H would go on to feud with the Undertaker at Mania 17, and Triple H and Austin would go on to face The Rock at Mania 17 as well, moving forward. So tonight is basically setting up the match with Kurt Angle as well. Triple H talks about Kurt Angle basically being crap, and he's gonna basically beat him at the Royal Rumble, but Patterson behind the scenes during this Raw or the Raw setting up the match turns around and says, well, if you can beat him, get in the ring and fucking wrestle him. And he does, and he loses. So it's one of them things. So we're going to be getting to our next matchup. We do have Kurt Angle talking about the match coming up and all that. So let's not waste any more time and get to our next matchup. Also, forgot to mention, I'm very sorry about this, Stephanie also sets up a match for Trish to take on Jacqueline in a spanking match after what happened on SmackDown the previous Thursday, where Vince spanked her. 2001 Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking hell. Oh, God. Right, so we've got the hardcore title on the line. It's Raven versus Test. This is going to be fun. Let's watch it. Okay, so we just had a very quick hardcore title match between Raven and the Test. Crash Holly came out, and Steve Blackman came out. Weapons all to all. William Regal gets involved, hits the European Championship off of Test's head. Raven pins him 1, 2, 3, and then runs away. So, Hardcore Holly, Steve Blackman, Raven, and Raven, Steve Blackman, Hardcore Holly, and Test all enter the Royal Rumble at this point. William Regal does not. William Regal is behind the scenes, basically calming everything down between Stephanie and Trish, which we'll talk about a little bit later, about what happens in the main event of the I already explained, but Kurt Angle wins over Triple H, and then that whole debacle happens nicely. So that all happens. And we are going to be hearing from The Rock about the tag team main event. He is going to be teaming with The Undertaker, taking on Rikishi and Kane, as I said. So let's not waste any more time and hear what The Rock has to say. So we just had The Rock's promo. Basically, he turns around and says that he has a dream just like it is the birthday of Martin Luther King on January the 15th. His dream is to win the Royal Rumble, go to the Royal Rumble, and body after body after damn body, he throws them all out and wins the Royal Rumble in the year 2001. Then we have the Dudley Boys having a conversation about their upcoming 6-man tag between Edge, Christian, and Kurt Angle, with their partner being Stone Cold Steve Austin. And they're going to have a little bit of a Dudleyville discussion afterwards. They understand about the chair shots, but they're going to have a conversation about it after the match. So now, the main event has been changed slightly. It's still going to be the 4 men I've mentioned, but it's going to be The Rock and Kane taking on Undertaker and Rikishi. That's going to be very interesting to see. And Vince McMahon, yellow bastard. Anyway, let's get to our next matchup. Also, I've already done the Royal Rumble review. So at the end of this video, I will have the episode 136 of the Classic Wrestling Series up here for you guys. If you haven't already, check that Royal Rumble out because it is a damn good Rumble. It's actually one of the better Royal Rumbles, top to bottom, card-wise, that has been on the show. So again, episode 136, Classic Wrestling Series, will be here at the end of this episode. So, next matchup, please. So we just had The Undertaker and Rikishi taking on Kane and The Rock. I actually thought that this would end in a big disqualification, massive brawl with some of the participants of the Royal Rumble. That doesn't happen. Kane attacks the Rock at the end of the match, to end the match really. Choke slams the Rock, and then the Undertaker does the old last ride on the Rock to get the win for him and Rikishi. Very entertaining. So all four of these men would enter the Royal Rumble, as I say in my previous review. Kane would enter number 6, actually hold the record for the most nominations at 11 until I believe it's Braun Strowman at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Rock enters number 13. Undertaker enters at number 25, and Rikishi enters number 30 because he got the opportunity to enter at number 30. So yeah, very entertaining. This is a fun matchup. We've also now have within 3 weeks we have 2 Chris Benoit segments on the show. Holy crap. So we have got Chris Benoit coming out with a ladder because he is taking on Chris Jericho for the IC Championship at the Royal Rumble in a ladder match. So we will get to that promo and our next matchup in just a moment. So Benoit talks about the ladder match coming up, and then Jericho comes out to basically attack Benoit, throws him off the ladder, and basically beats him up a little bit to have, to kindle that feud until the Rumble. So next up we have the Dudley Boys walking to the ring, getting ready for their matchup in the main event. But all of a sudden, Edge and Christian attacks and hits them with chairs, because they really needed Edge and Christian needed something to basically bring them into the fold of the tag team division. Dudley Boys obviously had the tables. Matt and Jeff had the ladder match, so they brought in steel chairs to build essentially TLC coming up, which is one of them good things about that. But Triple H basically turns around and goes, "Ha! Do you think Austin's going to take all three on these 3 guys all at once?" And Steph's like, "Actually, I think I'm going to call Vince just to be on the safe side. Like, I'm going to call Dad, Stephanie's dad, just to be on the safe side." So he's like, "Why? 3-on-1, kind of unfair, but we'll see what happens with that." So now we've got Hardcore Holly versus Steve Blackman, which was set up earlier during the Hardcore title match. So let's not waste any more time. Get to Hardcore Holly versus Steve Blackman. So we just had Steve Blackman versus Hardcore Holly. This leads into basically the referees going on strike due to the altercation and just due to the overall physicality of the wrestlers putting their hands on the referees. Hardcore Holly tried to bring a steel chair into the match. Teddy Long rightfully takes the steel chair off him, throws it away to basically be like, "This isn't a hardcore match, it's a single straight up one-on-one match," and Hardcore throws him out of the ring, and the ref just walks to the back. 2 referees are about to walk back, and he just goes, "Nope, fuck them off, we're walking to the back and we're not doing this." So this would lead to really a bit of a shift with the refs basically turning around and going, "No, fuck this, we're not getting paid enough for this shit." It would carry on at the Rumble if I recall, but again, just a little bit of details I will go into at the Rumble a little bit later on when I get a bit more details. So nicely, we are going to be dealing with Vince and find out what the hell is about to happen with that, and we will go to our next matchup. So we just had the strap match between Jacqueline and Trish. I don't even know who wins because Kurt pulls Trish out, and yeah, I don't actually know who wins the match. One of them things, unfortunately. So we now have Too Cool and K-Quick taking on Taz and Kaientai. This is going to be very interesting. Also, just to carry on with this, Jacqueline wouldn't be on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Trish would accompany Kurt Angle to his match against Triple H at the Royal Rumble for the WWF Championship match. And then at No Way Out 2001, it would be Trish versus Steph in a one-on-one match. I will have to double check if I've done No Way Out 2001, because if I haven't, I think that's going to be my next review. Anyway, well, let's get to the 6-man tag. So we just had Kaientai and Taz taking on Too Cool and the debuting K-Quick, who is R-Truth. Awesome. This was a quick little matchup. Taz wins with the Taz submission onto K-Quick. Scotty 2 Hotty, Grandmaster set. Basically, everyone bar Kaientai would enter the Royal Rumble. Kaientai was in a last chance opportunity on Sunday Night Heat to get an opportunity into the Royal Rumble by facing Lowdown. But they didn't get that because Drew Kelly would actually take the spot of the winners of that match, which was Lowdown. So just to bring you guys up to speed. So we've got Billy Gunn talking about the whole situation with China early on in the night, the Ivory situation as well, challenging for that. And then we've got our main event. It is Austin and partners, if that does happen, taking on Edge, Christian, and Kurt Angle in a 3-on-1, maybe 3-on-1 handicap match. Don't know. Let's find out. So we just had our main event, the 6-man tag. It's Edge, Christian, and Kurt Angle taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin and the motherfucking Acolytes. Hell yeah, like that. Very entertaining. Acolytes and Edge and Christian run to the back, brawl to the back, really. So it's really more of a one-on-one match between Triple H, Kurt Angle, and Austin. Austin gets the win after a stunner, 1, 2, 3, and wins the match. Triple H walks out to basically try and provoke Austin into hitting him, so then he doesn't do the Rumble. Calls him a big grade A pussy, or whatever it's called, bad motherfucker. And basically just walks back. Angle slams Triple H, and then Austin just turns around and goes, "Yeah, fuck you, Angle, bam, stunner again." This was a fun episode of Monday Night Raw. I am not gonna lie, this was entertaining, bar the spank match, whatever you want to call it. It was weird, but it was fun. It was entertaining. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching the first episode of the CWS in 2024. Next week, we are actually going to be making a return back to the year 2001 and WWE, because I've just double checked, I haven't actually done No Way Out 2001. So, next week's episode, it's going to be No Way Out 2001. Looking forward to that one. So, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay awesome, and TTFN, ta-ta, for now.